I'll show you a couple more chords that I use. So I did this. So this chord right here, I used as a passing chord to go to the 3. So I went a 7, 3, 6, 2. That's a very common chord progression. Hey, welcome to another episode of Chord Crush Thursdays, where every week we get into a new chord or progression that'll hopefully help you to take your playing to another level. And this week we're going to be in the key of A flat major. Eventually we're going to hit all 12 keys, and you want to make sure that you hit the like button if you love our content. That helps more people to see it. Then also subscribe if you're new to the channel and hit the notification bell. All right, so every week we do a free giveaway. And we're going to announce the winner for this week's giveaway for 90 free days in the Gospel Music Training Center. So make sure you stick to the end to find out if you won. Congratulations on last week's winner. We do this every week. And oh yeah, one more thing. If you want access to all the chords from this video, make sure you hit the link in the description. We got a PDF with all the chords in all 12 keys. All you got to do is hit the link in the description so you can download it right away. Without further ado, let's get started. We're in the key of A flat major. Let's get it. Here we go. So A flat is the 1, B flat is the 2, C is the 3, D flat is the 4, E flat is our 5, F is the 6, G is the 7, and then we're back at the 1 A flat. That's our number system and scale for the key of A flat major. All right, so what we're going to be doing is focusing in on different ways to walk to minor chords within, any particular key, but in this particular case, we're in the key of A flat major. So when we think about minor chords that occur in this particular key, a couple tones that I think about the most are the 2 and the 6 tones. So get familiar no matter what key you're in, when you think about minor chords, they happen a lot when you go to the 2. In this case, we're in the key of A flat major, right? So the 2 is B flat. And then the 6 is F, okay? So what I'm thinking about is using drop 2 voicings to work my way to the 2. Now, this is something that you could use when you're playing in a band situation and you know that you're gonna go to the 2, or actually, minor chords in general, but within the scale, there's a certain way that you can look at it. So let's break that down. So the movement that I'm gonna be doing is drop 2. And this is what it sounds like. That's going to the 2. So basically, I'm working my way to a B flat minor 9 chord, right? That's B flat, A flat in the left hand, and then D flat, F, A flat, and C in the right. But I'm not really using all the notes in the chord. I'm actually not even playing the bass. You can play that last, like that. But how I'm doing it, I'm thinking about diminished chords. And I know that I want to walk my way to the 2. So what you can do is to figure out the diminished chords that you can use, because we're only using diminished 7 chords, right? So when you know you want to go to a particular bass note, all you got to do is go up the scale. 1, 2, 3, 3 times. Not skipping any notes. So if you know the A flat major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And we're on the 2, right? We're on the B flat. So use all the same notes of the scale, go up. 1, 2, 3. So this is the first diminished chord that I would use to start my walk down. An E flat diminished 7 chord. And I would play it with E flat up top. Now, the interesting thing about diminished 7 chords is that they're symmetrical. They're built off of 1, 2, 3. Every note has 3 half steps in between. So if you don't know the diminished 7 chord, so what you got to do once again is look at the bass note and then go up the scale 1, 2, 3 times. So we're going to play an E flat diminished 7. So the top note is going to be the same as whatever that bottom note is. So start there with the E flat. Then, in order to get this chord, if you don't know this chord by heart, count down 3 half steps from the top note. Half steps just means you're counting going down. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's the next note of the chord. Count down 3 more half steps. 1, 2, 3. That's the next note of the chord. Count down 3 more half steps. 1, 2, 3. So that's the chord. So diminished 7 chords are built up off of, there's 3 half steps in between each note, or you can look at it as minor third intervals. See the E flat, that's a minor third interval. That's the C minor third interval. A and C, that's a minor third interval. G flat and A, that's a minor third interval. But if you find the top note, count down 3 half steps. Don't count the note that you're on as a step because you didn't move yet. Count down 3 half steps. 1, 2, 3. That's the next note of the chord. Count down 3 half steps. 1, 2, 3. That's the next note. Count down 3. Okay? So now once you understand that, we're going to take this chord down a whole step to D flat. So we're going to walk down. That's the chord progression. We're basically finding out what the first chord is going to be, and it's going to be built off of the E flat diminished 7. Then you come down to the D flat diminished 7, then to the C diminished 7, then to the B flat. So these are all diminished 7s walking down to the 2, to the B flat. So it's an E flat diminished 7. In the same way that we found the E flat diminished 7, you can find the D flat diminished 7. The top note is the same as the bottom. And it's built off of 3 half steps in between each note. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, or you could just take this whole chord down a whole step. That's the distance. And then now we're gonna go to a C diminished 7. And that's a half step below. So really, the chord progression is doing this. Okay, that's really what's happening. But I'm using drop 2 voicings, and drop 2 voicings create a whole nother sound. So when you do a drop 2 voicing, that simply means that you're gonna take the second to highest note. In this case, if we look at the E flat diminished 7, right? What's the second to highest note? It's C. Take that C and drop it. So you drop it down to the left hand. Now we have a drop 2 chord voicing. Okay? So then even with this D flat diminished 7, we're gonna take the second to highest note and drop that down to our left hand. Okay? So now this is what we have: B flat in the left hand, E, G, and D flat. So this is a drop 2 voicing of a D flat diminished 7. So this is the first one, and I'm sliding up to the E flat. That gives it more flair. Okay? And now the next chord, this C diminished 7, we got E flat, G flat, A, and C, right? Drop the second to highest note into our left hand. So it's like this. And then that takes us to the next chord, which is essentially a B flat minor 9. Okay? But you don't see the B flat in the chord. So if we take the second to highest note, which is A flat, and drop that down, this is what we got. So we got, and I'm using B flat as a grace note. So once again, that's what we got. Okay? Okay, so now, the interesting thing about this is you could apply the same concept to the 6th tone. The 6th is another common minor chord that happens, within many keys. So this is another movement that you could do on the 6th, right? So if we find a bass note and we wanted to find the diminished 7 chords to work our way to this bass note, use the concept that I told you earlier. Look at the bass note, go up 3, or count up 3 times going up the scale. So if you should know the A flat major scale, that wasn't it. Right, but you just keep going up the scale. So if we were to go up the A flat major scale 3 times, 1, 2, that's the first note, and then this is the second tone of the scale, but we're using all the notes of the scale, starting from the 6th. but that's not where we initially play the first note. You start after that. So, this is the note that you want to work your way to. So you go 1, 2, 3. So we went up the scale 3 times, okay? So basically, this is our starting point that we're gonna start to go backwards from. Okay, so we're working our way back to F. So we would use a B flat diminished 7 to an A flat diminished 7 to a G diminished 7 and then to the F minor 9. Okay, so that's how it looks. So all you would do is turn these chords into drop 2 voicings too as well. So if I was to do that, I would drop the G down to my left hand. So now we got G in the left hand, and then D flat, E, and B flat, right? We change this chord to this. And then the next chord is B, D, F, and A flat. Drop the F down. That's what we got. So far we got. And then now we're gonna go to the G diminished 7, okay? Drop the E down, the second to highest note, to our left hand. Okay, so we got, and if we were to play this chord over F, which is an F minor 9 chord, just the F is in the left hand, I would drop the E flat down here, okay? So that looks like this, okay? So all I did was combine both of these. But I added a melody note in between, A flat. So it's like this. All right? Now, how could you use this? You can use it in talk music. I'll work my way to that. I would probably keep going like this. Right? All right, that was sloppy at the end, but you get the idea. So I'll show you a couple more chords that I use. So I did this. So this chord right here, I used as a passing chord to go to the 3. So I went a 7, 3, 6, 2. That's a very common chord progression, but I use this altered chord that I really like. Okay, so let me see. So I got G and F in the left hand, and then A flat, B, D flat, and E flat in the right. So you can, this is kind of like how you would use a sharp 5, sharp 9 chord, right? But it's not that. It's a G7, I have the flat 9, I also have the flat 5, and then I also have, it's crazy, I have a sharp 5 too. So it depends on how you want to look at it, but I'm just gonna say altered. This is super altered, all right? And then I go to the 3. So I got C, G, and E flat in the left hand, and then F, G, B flat, D, and F, okay? So we're working our way to the 2. Okay, and I slid up to the F for that chord on the C. So now I'm on the F. I have F, C, and E flat in the left hand, and A flat, B flat, C, E flat, and G, okay? So now I'm going to the 2. So it's really, at this point, it's really up to where you want to go from there. I mean, if you were to use this in talk music and you just wanted to go to the 2, right? Which is common when you go to a minor chord. This is just something that you could do just out of context. I mean, you can go wherever from here. You don't necessarily have to go to the F, right? You don't necessarily have to go here. You can go wherever. Right? You can go any place. The idea is to understand how you could walk down to these tones. And I'm basically just using the notes of the scale. I knew I was gonna go to the 2, and I went up 1, 2, 3 notes of the scale. And I use an E flat diminished 7 to a D flat diminished 7 to a C diminished 7 to a B flat diminished 7. Same thing with the F. If I knew I was gonna go to the F, I went up 3 times, 1, 2, 3. And I walked from the B flat diminished to A flat diminished to G diminished to F, okay? Now, another song that, you know, you could probably, if you were to play this in a song that comes to mind is No One So Holy, There Is No One, No One. What song is that? I can't sing. I can search the heavens high, I can search the earth below, there is no one. What song is that? I can't remember. I can search the, that's the F to the B flat. So let's say you're playing a song that's cycling back and forth from those. You can do it right here. There's no one. Play some auto-tune on my voice. You can do it right here. Because I know I'm going to the F, to the B flat. All right, so just in context, that was real quick. You know, we don't have time to go over a whole lot of stuff, but hopefully this make a lot of sense to how you can use these drop 2 voicings to go to minor chords. I hope you enjoyed this video. Now we're gonna get into the contestant who won from the comment section 90 free days in the Gospel Music Training Center. All right, here we go. All right, y'all, so now we're gonna pick this random YouTube commenter to win 90 free days in the Gospel Music Training Center. Y'all ready? Let's do it. Here we go. So we got the random YouTube comment picker right here up. We're gonna post a URL. We gotta go to the video right here, and this was last week's video. So we're gonna copy the URL. Boom. All right, go back to the random comment picker. We're gonna paste that URL right here, and we're gonna get the comments. So we got 35 unique comments, and we're gonna start the raffle and pick a winner. Y'all ready? Here we go. Let's see. All right. Woo! This is a hard one. Congratulations. Forgive me if I can't say this. Shepang Sibelius Tepela. Congratulations. I'm sorry if I can't pronounce this, but your comment was, "This is really great content. Very much appreciated." I think the most challenging part for me would be the handspan. Are there any specific exercises that can help increase it? Sure, we got a lot of exercises in the Gospel Music Training Center, but make sure you email us at help@hearandplay.com. You'll get right in there, and there's tons and tons of videos that will help you out. All right, so God bless. Congratulations to you, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.